Hello and welcome back to Europa Universalis 4. You are watching this as a different part as opposed to the last episode where I said we were going to pause the game because I hit the wrong button. Anyhow, this thing happened at the Iberian wedding. This is essentially the event that I was talking about earlier about forming Spain. So essentially what this is I believe this is a historical event that happened. Ferdinand II, King of Aragon, was married to the Princess Isabella of Castile in whatever in 1469. Let's see. This marriage was of political opportunism, not romance. The court of Aragon has dreamed of return to Castile, and Isabella has helped gain ascension to the throne. The marriage initiated a dark and troubled life, and it looks like the point is that we have two options here. We can essentially form a personal union with Aragon, or alternatively we can gain one stability instead. Well, we want to form a personal union with them. So now what we effectively have done is that since we have formed a personal union with Castile, we effectively control both nations at once. And this will, I believe, help us get closer to our goal of forming Spain. So now that we have met effectively almost all of the goals of forming a Spanish nation, all we have to do now is, from the looks of it, beat Naples inside a war. And as soon as that is finished, we will essentially be able to form the nation of Spain. So with that said, we have ample reserves of funds. For some reason, there's a lot of rebels here. Castilian noble rebels from the looks of it. So we do need to do this. It looks like all we have to do is actually cede a few provinces and then we'll be at peace with these guys. So let's actually do that. And now we should be able to form the nation of the Spanish nation diplomatically, which will do that. And well, voila, we are now Spain. Aragon still exists, although it is in a personal union with us, so we do have the chance of actually inheriting Aragon. But anyhow, we managed to effectively neutralize our biggest rival, essentially passively. So that is good. That gives us control of them. That actually gives us some of their income, I believe, as well. So now that we have this dual alliance, we have many different opportunities open for us. The only limiting factor right now is that we still have a really crappy king who is 56. So hopefully he dies, and then our much better heir to the throne actually goes up. And that's kind of that. That is rather nice. So yeah, that is rather nice that we have them here now. We're still trying to pursue our colonial efforts, so we will be doing that. And what I think I'll do is that I'll actually get this Defender of the Faith thing. No, actually. Scratch that. I was meaning to talk about provincial improvements, so let's do that now that we have formed Spain. So provincial improvements is essentially a thing that you can do to give your provinces an extra little oomph to make them work a little better. So essentially you can do that two ways. You can use this panel here where you can use the production interface here for buildings instead of units. What we're going to be paying attention to is what the base income tax is of our provinces. So for example, Madrid produces 13 tax, its base is 11, and over here at Toledo, it produces a base of 8 tax, but it has a ton of production from gold, giving the total of 51 total tax, right? We want to focus on tax for now, simply because we have access to 3 buildings. 2 of them increase tax: the temple, which just gives you a flat benefit of 1, and then the constable, which gives you a added 20%. So what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to spend a mixture of gold, mostly gold, and some administrative points in building a few of these constables in locations. And these buildings, they really scale up with other ones. So what we're going to do is that we're going to place one in Madrid, but buffing the tax from 13 to 15.6 and a Toledo to 9.6. And we're essentially going to do this in all of the major provinces until we run out of administrative power. And we're essentially going to be doing that as much as we can for the next little bit now. So we're going to increase the potential, our income for the next little bit. That is going to help us out quite a little bit. It's going to remove some of the budgetary problems that we've been kind of having. So anyhow, that will be really helpful, and I think we'll be able to lower our military down to like a standstill for now. And it looks like our inflation is actually essentially at 0, so that is nice. And our colony is growing as it is, so that is very, very nice. One thing that we can do to help our colony grow is that as soon as we hit 400 diplomatic power again, we'll be able to buy the overseas exploration, or no, not overseas exploration, but this one, land of opportunity, which will make it so that we gain more colonists per year. So that'll be definitely helpful. Another random event here, influential preacher. We can either gain some papal influence or send them to Rome. So right now we are gaining 35 colonists per year. That's divided up into each month, and I believe it's rounded up, so we're gaining about 6 each month. Once I get this land of opportunity here, that amount should increase. So yeah, now it's at 68 per year. So that is definitely going to help us out, and this place actually has a chance of attracting extra settlers every few so months. So that is very, very good. In the meantime, Portugal, who do you have alliances with? England, that's a little too big for us. I was going to go to war with them, but I guess we'll have to form an alliance with them now, so we'll do that. And oh yes, we finished the Reconquista, so we've managed to gain quite a lot of administrative power after finishing that mission. Let's take a look at what other missions we can take a look at. We can integrate Tangiers into our country. Where is that? That is over here, and that is actually going to be quite impossible because we can never change the religion of that province. Thus, we will never be able to actually do anything over there. Let's see over here. I want to take a little bit of Naples out, so we are actually going to hold up on. No, we can't do that. Never mind. Currently it looks like none of the missions are particularly good for us, so we won't really do any of those. I guess we'll formalize the Weights, Scales, and Measures Act for now. And because we still have a little bit of gold, let's build some more provincial improvements. Let's really stack these up to give us an edge when we need one, really. And there goes all of our money. But it's alright though, because we will be earning much more in a little bit. So this is essentially just going to continue for the next little bit. I mean, we did manage to pacify our largest rival for now, and we are currently in the process of working our way to the Americas as Spain and not Castile. So it's a little more historical. Because of our king situation, I mean, we still have a 0-0-0 king, meaning that he is essentially the bottom of the barrel, right? So we will have to wait until his hair comes up before we can actually really speed up the progress. With that said, I'm going to cut right here once again, hopefully not end the video this time, and I will wait until something interesting happens. Alright, so welcome back. So we did a few things in the meantime. We built some more provincial improvements. Again, just a few more of these temples and some more of these constables. Apart from that, we did also level up our tech in one area. We did manage to level up our administrative technologies, so that is rather good. And it looks like we're going to be able to grab another one of these little exploration ideas. But the main thing is that, well, we have a core province there in Tanzania, and, well, Terrazana, and we can actually now begin in colonizing the lands over here. So the button is green, we can do it now, making it really, really rather nice. So we can begin doing that right this moment. But what I want to do before we actually go over there is I want to get our boats here first and foremost, or no, not over there. I want to get our boats equipped with another conquistador leader. And I want to explore the coastline of South America, and I want to find a few good locations to effectively work our way through. So let's go over here. And let's get our ships over here, just like that, right around the coast. Our ships are going to be a little bit damaged, but that's all right. We're going to land them over here. And it looks like the Bible was printed for the first time or something. But anyways. We have your troops landed now, and what we want to do here is we want to find places where the local population isn't particularly aggressive. So we're going to get our guys to go around the coast, and they will some border friction happen. We're going to lose some points in. Looks like we're going to have to lose some points with religion or relations with Portugal, but that's fine, and it looks like succession finally has happened, so this is good. We are King Enrique V. We have 3 administrative skill, 1 diplomatic skill, and 2 military skill. So this is actually our first decent leader, somebody who actually has good stats going on here. So this is good, and later on we'll be getting somebody even better with Carlos. Carlos is going to be some really powerful leader, but at least we have our powers set up now, so we will be able to tech up much faster now. So I am actually really glad that happened, because now we'll be able to actually quicken the pace of the game considerably. Speaking about that, let's get a new commander over here, and let's take a look at the coast some more. We have 2 colonists available, so we should be able to grab 2 colonies. And what I think I'll do is that, well, I think we'll come into this region over here, and what I'll do is at Rio Grande, we can send some colonies here, and we'll send some colonists over here. And what we'll do is that we'll keep the locals present for now, because the natives, they aren't particularly aggressive, and if we keep them around, when the colony turns into a province, we will be able to essentially gain additional manpower and additional base tax, making these provinces a little more valuable if we do keep those natives around and not exterminate them. So we're going to get our colonization mission started, and that will essentially do its own thing for now. Let's see what has happened here. So this is one thing that another random event. So natives encountered inside one of our colonies here. We can either repel the savages, we can either present a trade deal with them where we can let them live in peace. Well, what essentially happens here is that by repelling the savages, we can gain more population immediately, but the natives will be more ruthless against us. And now, if we do that, we can produce a trade proposal which will allow us to gain base tax, which is always good. Or alternatively, we can leave them in peace, which may allow them to automatically assimilate them. I'm going to present a trade deal with them, so hopefully we'll be able to see a lot more income flowing from these 2 provinces later on. And it looks like these provinces actually generate 83 colonists per year, so that is actually pretty good. And they have about a 20% chance in attracting even more colonists, making these 2 provinces fairly valuable, and we're just going to essentially expand our colonies from there. Now that that is out of the way, now we are gaining some momentum here. We're gaining a lot of the 3 powers, making it a lot easier to do things that we want. And one of the things that we want to do right now is to expand Spain in Europe, but that might be a later task. Right now, what I'm thinking of doing is I'm just going to wait for a little bit, And I want to, again, stock up on some tech tree stuff, and I want to get level 7 in administrative technology because that will actually allow us to go into another research or another idea set, which will be nice. Improvements in naval technology. We can either gain diplomatic power or gain inflation and diplomatic power. Well, right now our inflation is about 3.7%, so that's a little high, but it should be fine for now. And it looks like things are, things are fairly good for now. So I have to wonder though, I mean, what are our trade capabilities here? So we do own this trade location. However, it doesn't generate all too much income comparable to the rest of our stuff. What do we have here? Bringing in marriable women to one of our colonies will make it gain more population. Just a nice little random event, I guess. Increases the actually helps us finish off our colony, so that is good. Actually gives us quite a little bit on that bar. And well, we will see what we produce in Kira in Kira in a bit, and then really just continue expanding onto this. It looks like there are some pirates here, so pirates do come up and they essentially blockade the ports and do all sorts of nasty stuff like that. So we're going to bring up one of our ships to kind of clear this place. Yeah, they're going to blockade the ports, and then what that is going to do is that's going to lower our trade income from this location. So I believe if we bring our ships here, we can kill it off, and because we have a colony here, our ships don't suffer attrition damage here anymore. So we'll just leave them off the coast of Brazil. And what's happening here is that we actually... we will actually be able to access another trade location here in the Brazilian trade hub sometime later on. So that will be definitely cool to take a look at. But for now, it's mainly just waiting until our colonies expand. Oh yes! We started to produce gold, so that is very, very good. A little revolt here never hurts. So with us starting to produce gold, that is a nice little trade resource. So yeah, that's definitely going to increase the income from this tile. So that is great. And you may have noticed that we are steadily accumulating different types of tech now. So this is actually very, very good news. And with level 7 military technology here, we have access to the cannons and stuff and such like that. So that'll make sieges a lot easier, and we can finally begin fully diving into the depth of the game in terms of the military section right there. So Spain has a little bit of catching up to do, simply because we had this period of having bad leaders onto the field. So with that said, we do need to kind of deal with that, right? So we'll be just kind of gradually going through here. What I plan on doing right now is that because we do have a personal union with Aragon and we do have things going right for us, what I think we'll do is that instead of worrying about Europe right now, we'll focus a little bit more about colonization. So we will essentially bring more and more colonies into bear, and then we'll essentially start making a little bit of a depot location here where we can really amp up how much money we make. And we'll grab level 7 administrative technology right now. So when we come back, we will take a look at the new ideas that we can adopt. And I guess we'll see you guys then. So bye bye until then. Be sure to like and subscribe as always.